In my little walk here, I managed to find a feather. It's so beautiful and nice. Back in the days, probably, when I was kind of interested in this shamanic culture, all the things, I would have created a story out of it, which I didn't understand, which it didn't belong to my culture as well. If I was born maybe in South America, whatever, since I was very young, maybe I was brought up with certain beliefs and certain things, maybe even discover a certain dimension of life that were connected to these things and could have a meaning. But honestly speaking, I throw it away. I'm not. I didn't born there, and there is a tendency nowadays, because people don't want to do the work of taking this kind of drugs, or even with marijuana or things like this. People think actually they could open up a mystical dimension. The thing is that, I'm talking as somebody who has tried many of these things. When I was 18, I was really interested into trying to shake off a little bit my head and my senses to perceive something different, and I explored different things. I took LSD, I took mushrooms, I took I was a weed smoker. I remember me and my girlfriend, they were used to call us Bob, Marley and Natasha. I don't know the name of the wife anyway. But I tried different things, and most of the time with the purpose really of shaking my strong structures, let's say like this. But if we think that we can get anywhere like this, that's another thing. It's still within the persona, within the personality that most of these things happen. And even if with some of these chemical things you can go a bit beyond, it doesn't last. What I found out surprisingly is that actually the body can get to a state of exuberance, vibration, let's call it like this, of vitality, that certain things become possible and available that were quite similar. For instance, when I took some of these South American things like the ayahuasca. And it's interesting because, it made me understand that we don't actually need any kind of external thing to produce a certain process within ourselves and the body. We can get to a dimension where these things happens, not in the same way, but similar in some aspects, happens with our own resources, which is nicer and better, but not because we want to have some kind of visionary or experience or things like this. Things might happen during deep state of meditations. Intuition might evolve quite a lot, especially with the Gong system. But most of all, it's a possibility of union that we are all aiming for. We want to fill that cup. We try to fill it by using sex, by shocking a little bit the senses so the structures fell off and we can experience reality in a bit more open way. At the end of the day, we want to experience union. We want to come back home. But how to do this? There are many ways. And there is no one system that is better than another one. Everybody is different according to the sensitivity and to the kind of personal inclination. We might choose one path rather than another path. What I have discovered, it's my experience, of course, my opinion, in my let's so-called spiritual journey, it's actually that there are methods that are more effective. Like, for instance, the direct method, the self-inquiring method, as say Krishnamurti, the Advaita Vedanta approach, which comes from India, which of course can create a good way of approaching and dealing with the issue of being and perceive life separated. It's the mental approach. Then you have the devotional approach. Then in our case I think you have also the energetic approach, if you're wise, you really want to go into that direction with the Qigong, because some people, they just stay on a very low level. They can even do external manifestation of chi emissions and all this kind of stuff, but their ego becomes huge. It's possible. last time my teacher told me, we were talking, and he told me it's like an amplifier. If you have the right attitude and things, it can be great, and it can really bring, at least in my experience, a state of ecstasy and really peace. Let's call it peace. Just to stop this thing and don't talk too much about this stuff. But you see, exploring drugs, it's kind of the easy way that people think that they're doing some kind of spiritual process, but in reality it can really make great damage. It can really break even the normal perception we have about reality, creating something that it's not. If we are already perceiving something in the wrong way, according to the lens of our internal experiences, personal experiences, think about something on drugs, somebody on drugs perceiving reality in an hallucinated way according his own perception. It can really lead to create a system of beliefs and things that they stand nowhere, because remember, everything that we can perceive here with the senses and with our human experience is limited, in the sense that if it just goes through our mind and through our body, it's limited. Unless we touch a dimension that goes beyond the psychological and physical body, we will never be satisfied. We will look for the next guru, the next teaching, the next questions. The next question, it can be as easy as that. You know, the thing that there is always something to look for. I do understand that process, it's quite normal and it's part of the journey itself, but if we become open to a possibility of something greater to come in our life, that is really the point when a real transformation happens in a substantial way, in a profound way.